This is Andy and Rob Cruz. We have the joy to steward land here on the beautiful island of Kauai. Welcome to our garden. For the past year, we've been taking care of this garden. It turns out to be a lot more than just a garden. It's our grocery store, our medicine cabinet. It's how we give back to nature, and it is our great teacher. We are happy to share what we've learned, what we've done, what we will not do again with you.
We're lovingly calling our garden a legacy garden, and it is a returning to our role as stewards to co-create action that leads our community and children into abundant, healthy food ecosystems. We are starting to do that with this little piece of land, and we did it because we're following the permaculture principles, and we've built a relation with these plants and the soil and how to take care of it. When we're creating one of these gardens, we let it be a work of art, and we approach it as artists and trying to create something that is beautiful at every stage and is able to fill the space as quickly as it possibly can and to create a micro forest. Now, this garden was done in phases, and we are really growing naturally. We're always growing off the edges of the garden, and this helps us with the weed pressure. When we started this garden, our first question was, who's gonna feed us, Because we're not playing around. We really are eating the food that is coming out of this garden. And so the first 3 trees that went in were the breadfruit, the avocado, and the dwarf coconut. And then the next layer of plants came in were the cassava and the taro and the sweet potato. And then from there, we made what we call the moon garden, which is like our herb garden because it's like the closest thing to us. We're using a lasagna layering style mulching. So ideally the bottom layer would be grass clippings, and then you would put something a little bit more leafy or woody, and then more grass clippings, composts, grass clippings, whatever you have available, but you're trying to think like nitrogen, carbon, and just stacking it like that. And then always making edges with the wood and stacking inside of those beds so that the heavy rain doesn't move out our biomass. When the COVID stuff started unfolding, we were growing every chance that we got, depending on how much biomass and plants we had ready in our nursery. Nothing was really planned. It was always just working off of our edges, and we would lay down cardboard on the edge and then put logs on top of it, and that would keep a nice edge from all the grasses. A lot of these materials came from our boy Oliver Cohen. He was able to help tremendously with the tractor and the huge amounts of green waste that was coming through. And then we went just full out wild from there and started creating the tomato towers. They're all from bamboo right here from next door. And then the veggie garden. So when we're starting a new section, we mulch really hard, but we have to make sure that it's walkable and movable, because if you have a hard time moving in it, then it's not going to be taken care of correctly. We started just working off the back edges from there and continuing to push in. We call our syntropic style root garden. And this one is consisting of a cassava overstory accompanied by papayas and an understory of sweet potatoes and daikons, arugula, parsley, and chilies. When we planted this one, we planted cuttings, seeds, and starts all at the same time. We also are experimenting with a few different kinds of grains to get ourselves a little bit more familiar with some common plants that we consume on a regular basis. The way that we tackled the grass was we took these big black tarps and we covered the guinea grass, and then we would lay a pallet on top of it and weigh it down. And after a few weeks, month plus, the grass would be pretty much dead. And then we would lay additional biomass on top of it. The last garden we created, what we lovingly call our African basket garden, which I'm super partial to, which I think is my favorite right now. It consisted of a huge amount of grass clippings that we put on top of some green waste that we had accumulated. From there, we dug pits inside of the green waste, and we actually gardened inside of the mulch pit instead of mulching on top of it. This let us hold an incredible amount of moisture, and we were able to create soil very fast with this technique. We're coming to a place of relation with this garden, and it's been a beautiful thing to create.
And it all starts with caring for the land under one's feet. Showing up in love, and learning what it means to be human on Earth. We would like to give our gratitude to Oliver Cohen and his beautiful family for welcoming us to care for this land with them. To the elements who gives us everything we need. To the Hawaiian people for the knowledge and wisdom they hold. Thanks to Palmasi and the food forest for all the plants there that we were able to bring here. Thank you for watching this. Much love to our dear friend Gabriel for the beautiful music. Mahalo keako.
Thank you for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, do what YouTubers ask you to do and like and push it to your heart's content. Thank you, my love, for all the energy you put into it. It would not have happened without her. And with these videos and all of the gardening that we do, our intention is to help humans remember our role as stewards of the earth.
Please join us on Patreon if you want to help support the creation of these videos and the movement of regeneration forward. Thank you.